Like I actually literally? Like I literally actually? Like literally though? Like I actually? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But like for real though? Actually though? I'm thinking about being a Donald Trump reply girl. I'm thinking about this. You know how there's like, you know, like the Krasensteins, you know, like they always reply to every single Donald Trump tweet? I'm thinking about doing that. Just for the meme. Cause like a lot of people do it and it's really fucking funny. So I'm thinking about it. I think it'd be hilarious to become a Donald Trump reply girl. I wonder how fucking difficult it would be to do a psyop on Twitter. Like, to just, like, pretend to be a MAGA chud. Like, and, like, reply to, like, Donald Trump over and over again. Like, because I'm sure, like, all the fucking right-wing NPCs would, like, flock to follow me. Saturated market. I mean, that's true, but, like, it's fucking hilarious. I don't know what to tell you. It's just, it's really good. Oh, I'm gonna be a Tim Pool reply girl. Freak, I'm thinking about, for Speed Dogs, thinking about doing a thing where basically, we're just gonna tear apart, like, every single Tim Pool video. By the way, how's volume? I forgot, we're at the, like, really good part of the game. This part's really good. I think this is where the spaceship and aliens come into play, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot that I left it here. I remember when it's been a while since I played Crysis. I don't know how I left it here and didn't play it again the next day, because this is the best part of the game. Exchange precision rifle with shotgun. Honestly though, the precision rifle might be better. Isn't Tim Pool cringe AF? Yeah? Yeah? But yeah, I think Tim Pool is gonna be one of the people, because not many people make fun of Tim Pool. You know, like, Tim Pool's just kind of still ignored right now. So I think it might be funny to just, like, take that upon myself. Because, like, his videos are just so fucking easily fucking disprovable and garbage, and it's just, like, hilarious. I forgot how good Crysis looks.
Nomad, losing your video feed. You hear me? Nomad!
Vulture, you're breaking up. Do you read me? Over. Vulture, do you copy?
Yes.
I'm trying to boost my video signal. I hope you guys are getting this.
God, this part's really cool.
I'm in some kind of tunnel.
Let me know if I should increase volume, by the way.
Crystallized rock, but more structured. I've never seen anything like this. It's dark, cold, incredibly cold. The walls are irregular, like the outer shell. It looks almost organic. You guys...
Oh, we bet. Alright. I gotcha.
Understood.
Maybe just volume? Or
Understood.
dialogue, rather? Something like that, maybe? I'm sure you don't want to hear gunfire too loud like that, you know?
See this.
So. I like individual volume sliders. Games like that are really cool. I'm so used to playing PS1 games that don't have that.
I've got movement. Shit. It's the same thing that got Prophet. using thrusters to stabilize myself. This will take some getting used to.
I like this part.
Maximum speed. Maximum armor. Maximum.
Hey, Snowra. They seem nice. Cool. Decent speedrunning scoops. Oh shit. Good thing we delayed the speed dogs for another day. Am I flying through space? No, I'm flying. I believe I'm in a spaceship in a mountain or something. Yeah, go for it, Scoobert, 100%. You can advertise my stream anywhere. Preferably let me know, but either way.
Energy critical.
I always get lost here. By always, I mean. I've played this is my second ever playthrough of this game, and the first time I got lost, and now I'm lost right now. Thus, I always get lost. What is a Sado zoo file versus a regular zoo file? Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Torture animals while they what the fuck? Really? What the fuck? Is that really a thing? Are you serious? Holy shit, how the fuck did I never hear of this, and why am I hearing about this now? Why didn't I just go my whole life without ever hearing about this? What the fuck? That's awful. Oh, is this where I go? No one wants to hear about it because it's awful.
Damn, what the hell was that?
Yeah. God, this game looks really good. Like, I get it, it's Crysis. You know what I mean? Like, lol, it's Crysis, right? Like, lol Crysis, I get it, but like, the game looks really fucking good. Because you do have to keep in mind this game is like over a decade old now, and it's like still like... Maybe I just don't play new games, but I mean, I don't know. This is a really nice looking game.
It's like there's a current pushing me back. I'm gonna keep moving against the flow.
Energy critical.
Not alone down here.
I played Crysis 2. I might replay Crysis 2 for y'all. I'm not sure. I never played Warhead though. Should I play Warhead? I played a little bit of Warhead, like maybe like... I think I played like an hour of it and then like never played it again. Yo, same, Scoobert, same?
Something just hit me. Damn it. The current just got stronger. It must be generated by these machines. I'll see if I can knock out the power. Seems to be working.
Yeah, the first time I played a game in 1080p was I had an Xbox 360. I got it for Christmas in I believe 2007. Or was it 2008? I don't know. I got it for Christmas. But I only had a CRT until like maybe 4 years, or maybe 3 years. I think 3 years until after I got the 360. So like I remember playing Halo 3 and like 4.3 all the fucking time back in the day. And then like when I eventually played Halo 3 for the first time in 1080p, it was like, you know what I'm saying? I like this. That's cool. Yeah, this would have been like, I guess, 2012? 2011? 2011 sounds about right. The only problem with this was it was the family TV. And my mom, my mom was at work for like 2 hours after school. So I would only be able to come home from school and then play on the HD TV for 2 hours. And then I'd have to go back to the CRT because my mom would come home and watch TV. So I had to deal with that for the remainder of that time. Is America falling apart? We are right now in like a free fall right now. Like, America's not doing well. Let's just put it this way. The courts, the legal system, everything. Trump's speech this morning was honestly like terrifying. Like, if for y'all that saw Trump's speech, and for those of you that didn't, the part that Trump's speech really scared me about was when he went on and on and on for like 3 minutes straight about how he wants to execute drug offenders. Like, he literally just kept saying it over and over and over again. Like, they execute people for doing drugs, for dealing drugs. That's what they do. Maybe we should do that. We should execute them. Well, that's what they do, and they don't have a drug problem. Just saying. It was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, chill the fuck out. Like, what are you doing? I really enjoyed that coverage that I was watching. I think it was MSNBC. As soon as the speech was over, like, whoever the anchor was, I don't fucking know because MSNBC is garbage. Like, they were like, the no teleprompter president at it again, and it was like so good. The Gab ribbit! I forgot about that! Oh my god, that's so good! Thing is, like, what does drug dealers mean? Is like, if I like let you take a hit of a joint, does that make me a drug dealer? You know what I mean? Like, that's where you have to like understand what this is. Like, what exactly is a drug dealer? United States government's a fucking disaster. This game is pretty in 14.4. I was about to say 1440, and then I was like, no, it's just 14.4. Fucking 14.4. Exactly, Shawnee. Exactly. It's garbage. All it is intending to hurt people for trying to make ends meet.
Whatever that was, it's dead now.
Yo, I mean, here's the thing. There's a difference between a drug dealer and, like, some sort of crazy fucking drug kingpin overlord, like, murderous guy. Like, fucking Larry, who, like, has, like, a fucking backpack filled with, like, I don't know, like, 2 grams of weed or whatever and just tosses it out to his buddies, like, at the playground. Like, really? Like, you're gonna kill that guy? Really? Like, come on, dude. Like, do you want to kill some guy who's, like, I don't know, murdered 64 people in the name of, like, the drug war and, like, is the leader of, like, a criminal enterprise? Maybe. Go for it. Maybe. Still, I don't think the death penalty, but, like, do you want to go after that guy? Like, sure. You know what I mean? But, like, maximum CU, I think misgenders, instant ban. Dead name, instant ban. Anything else, I think we can play with the food. At least for right now. Get a few Discord notice. Hello. Hello. Someone just called me a bot on Twitter. That's epic. Good shit. Alright, back to the game. Tax the fuck out of it. Disagreed. Legalized. Taxed. But tax the fuck out of it. Disagreed. Taxing it only hurts the end user. You want to hurt the corporations that are making all the profits? I believe in a 0% sales tax on everything. I'm considering moving to Delaware for that reason. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, I believe in 0% sales tax on everything. Poor people shouldn't have to pay taxes of any kind. Stop it. Yo, Skelly Man. Bulls on Parade cover. Skelly Man, where's you been? I haven't seen you in like fucking forever. I'll bookmark this. I don't want to play music in the middle of a game stream, but I'll tweet you and let you know what I think after the stream's over. Less people will start using drugs. See, that's not... I don't think that's the issue. And again, like, this is just... I don't like treating all drugs as if they're the same. Especially as long as marijuana is a Schedule 1 substance. I don't think saying drugs is an all-encompassing term. Like, when you're, like, actually referring to shit like heroin or something. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. Mental breakdown? Oh, that's unfortunate. Hopefully you're feeling better.
I'm entering a large chamber.
I believe that for harder substances like heroin, it should be expensive, yes, but I don't think necessarily it should be a situation where it's like impossible for people to get help if they need it. So like, I don't think, like, say if, I don't know what heroin goes for, I've never bought heroin, but like, say hypothetically you get X amount of heroin for $50 at your local dealer. I don't want to see a corporation like sell the same thing for like, you know, $300. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it should be like free or like super cheap or anything, but I think it should be reasonable. And I think if you are purchasing something harder, I think it should be highly recommended. You should have to go through informed consent clinics of that nature, and it should be highly recommended that you do rehabilitation stuff, and you should also be able to be monitored. I believe it should all be all be opt-in. I don't want to force people to be rehabbed. If they don't want to be better, then that should be their decision, I think. I also don't want to force monitoring, but I do think that those options should be available. Because one of the hugest problems with heroin usage is that, like, sometimes if you like go somewhere when you're overdosing, they'll just arrest you. You know what I mean? Which is just like ridiculous. So you should be able to get help if you want, but then also not make it mandatory, because then that's just kind of discriminatory, I think. I also think that legalizing and regulating drugs prevents a lot of overdose stuff, because you won't have bad batches. I mean, you might still have a bad batch, but like the chances of you getting like a maliciously bad batch, you know, which is a huge factor in overdoses, where someone like will buy heroin, but they're not actually buying concentrated heroin. They're buying something that has other stuff in it, and thus they take something that they're normally used to being able to handle, but since it's not the same substance, it kills them. Like that kind of stuff, you know? Like that kind of stuff needs to be, like that shit is just stupid, and that can be easily solved in that in the regulation industry. Used to be addicted to heroin. Okay. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's awful. Exactly. Yeah, Shawnee. 100%. I personally don't really have an interest in heroin. The only really harder drug I'd tried, like other than marijuana, not tried, but I would try, is I'd like to try cocaine. But other than that, like, that's really the only thing I'm interested in. Heroin doesn't seem that cool to me. Not interested in meth really either. What else is there? I don't know. All that other nonsense. Yeah, you know, all that kind of stuff. Major Magikarp. Oh, yeah. I want to try shrooms. I don't consider that in the same category, because it's just like, I don't know. It's just a different category, I guess. But I did genuinely forget about shrooms. I'd love to try shrooms. I was gonna do LSD at one point, but I kind of decided not to, because it wasn't like I didn't acquire it in a way that I felt comfortable with, so, or rather I couldn't acquire it in a way that I felt comfortable with. Hee. So I ended up not doing that. Someone opened their coat on a street corner? Not quite. Yeah, I'm lost.
Energy critical.
To my knowledge, if you're having like a trip and you have some sort of like issue that would like maybe, like say you have some sort of like severe anxiety or something, because your brain is processing things in a different fashion and like at a higher rate generally, it like will lead you to like freaking the fuck out even more so if you're prone to doing so. So like one of the big things is you have to be in a good environment. I know a few people that are very experienced in psychedelics, but unfortunately none of them live close to me. Well, one does, but it's not in the cards at the moment. Hopefully sometime in the near future, though. Near future being, I don't know, 6 months. I really do want to try psychedelics. They seem epic. Is it one of the better countries to live in? I mean, sure. Like, I would rather live in the United States of America than Iran. But like, I don't like that line of thinking because it breeds complacency. Let's try this.
Energy critical.
Oh, haha, Europe? Nah. Europe is way better than America. For the most part. Like, shit like UK, way better. Scandinavia, way better. Really, almost everything in Europe, to my knowledge, is way better. Even, like... I don't know, fucking... Even Luxembourg seems pretty cool.
Energy critical.
Spain's not... I never hear anything about Spain. What's going on over there? Really? Interesting. What's wrong with Iran? They kill gay people and trans people, of which I am both, so. Yikes. If you're going to Europe for work, you're probably wealthy enough to the point where you're blind and have no idea what you're talking about. But I can say with certainty that having universal health care would save about 50,000 lives in America per year. Like, it's been statistically proven. So by that metric alone, it's indisputable that Europe is significantly better. Okay, so that's where I came in from. Our left keeps splitting over stupid shit while our right-wing party's ally. Ugh. That's sad to hear. Anya on your dream? I didn't read any of your messages. Let me scroll up. Hey, Wing Freak. Is this a retro game? I mean, it's over a decade old, so. On the stream and its viewers. Oh my god. Imagine having anxiety attacks. That's really epic. Good dream? Fucking anxiety attacks. That's epic. That was an incomplete sentence. Imagine having anxiety attacks over, like, a dream about, like, me? Like, I don't know. It's just, like, it seems funny. I like when people dream about me. Right? A good half of Spain that legitimately think we lived better with him, while the people who didn't live better with him, for the most part, died during his dictatorship. I don't really know anything about Spain. Like, honestly. Like, my Spanish knowledge is not as good as it should be. Though I do plan on looking into it a little bit more.
Energy critical.
I've been taking some time every now and then to study a lot of European history when it comes to like governments and all that kind of stuff. I think it helps with my political knowledge. If I study historical governments. And you know, if it's a monarchy, then technically it's kind of a government, so. What's this game called? This is Crysis. A backwards country that's been, or it's a backwards country that's been backwards since we lost the monopoly on America. Damn. I'm lost. Where do I go? China? I don't know about China. Honestly, don't know that much about China. Maybe I'm propagandized. It's possible. But I mean, I don't necessarily like a lot of Chinese social contracts that I know of. We have things like super strict and all that kind of stuff. Where the fuck do I go? Yeah, for sure. That too.
Energy critical.
Yeah, Snow World. Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah, like they have like it's like that. Do you remember that episode of Black Mirror? That I think it was in season 3. So like a few years ago, there's that episode of Black Mirror where like everyone had like a built-in like it was like a social network, but it was like hologram and like it was built in with everything. So like if you like take a taxi, you rate someone, and that's like their human star value. You know? That's like exactly what that's like, and that shit's like fucking horrifying. Scuba, they came out with an interactive episode. I haven't seen it yet, unfortunately, because I'm a little lazy.
Energy critical.
It's like Final Destination 3's DVD. Yeah. Majimaki Carp. That shit's like very scary. Not a fan of authoritarianism. Shit's fucking cringe.
Energy critical.
I feel like I've been going in a circle for like a while. Let's try this way. Yeah, not a fan of Chinese social culture and governments. Same with Japan, honestly. Been looking into some Japanese like social political culture, and not as good as all the weeaboos seem to think it is. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't know what's going on. Help.
Energy critical.
Help, help. Yeah, like, I remember watching anime, and then there was, like, a cute anime girl in it, and then, like, I just assumed that everything else in Japan was awesome.
Energy critical.
And then, like, I moved to Japan, and then, like, realized everything is all fucked up here. Oops. I love when weebs move to Japan and don't like it. That's one of my favorite memes. Have you ever seen stories where, like, weebs go to Japan and they, like, don't like it at all? Like, that shit's fucking awesome. Kevin's moving to... He seems like someone that would move to Japan. That's good shit. No, that was like a skit. I do skits. I live in the United States of America. I live in Washington, D.C., the capital of our great nation.
Energy critical.
I love Japanese horror, though. I will say Japanese horror is really good. Like, symbolism and all that kind of stuff. Like, they do a pretty good job. Japanese horror. Like anime's okay. Like, I'll tolerate anime. But really, my favorite Japanese, like, media is horror stuff. And I'd really like to look into it more.
Energy critical.
I'm so confused. Where the fuck do I go? It's too sexual. Maybe I don't know enough about it, you know? My experience with Japanese horror is playing Fatal Frame once and watching probably like 4 or 5 movies.
Energy critical.
So, that's my experience with Japanese horror. I don't know if Silent Hill counts as Japanese horror. Silent Hill is Western as fuck. In terms of, like, aesthetic. I'm so confused.
Energy critical.
What exactly does psychosexual even mean in this context? Like, what are we talking about in the context of horror? Are we talking about, like, Silent Hill 2, like, where Pyramid Head's, like, raping the mannequin? Or, like, is that, like, kind of the alley that we're talking about? Exactly that? Oh, okay. Alright, I feel you, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, I guess Silent Hill is, you know, it's technically Japanese, but, like, just the presentation is Western. But, I mean, I guess, like, when you count, like, all the story elements of, like, especially Silent Hill 2, I can definitely see what you're talking about for sure. Didn't actually think about it like that. Did I find the right way? Yeah. I wanted to play Siren. The only problem is I'm poor now, so I can't buy them, and they're really expensive. Oh. But yeah, I definitely want to play Siren. I'm so lost. Where the fuck do I go?
That's it. I need to keep moving.
Aha. You hate super violent horror? Oh, okay, well, I don't think... There's a difference between violent horror and if you're talking about like slasher movies, you know? Yo, same. It looks fucking hella good. Isn't Jordan Peele doing Twilight Zone too? I think that's who it was, right? That's doing the new Twilight Zone? Because that also sounds fucking phenomenal. Talking Saw? I like that stuff. It's good.
Energy critical.
I don't like violence in movies when it's exclusively violence. Read to our Let's Play, I'm transgender, so, that's why. Transgender people aren't allowed on the internet without being severely, like, attacked and assaulted at all times. So one of the ways that they do that is by disliking automatically. Hellraiser was pretty good. I've only seen the first Hellraiser, but I like Hellraiser. Yes, this is Crysis 1.
Energy critical.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing with Saw is Saw has a lot of body torture and horror in it, but I don't think it's exclusively violence. The first Silent Hill movie I think is very good. I think it's very, very good. The second Silent Hill movie is awful. It's a bad adaptation, but it's good. Yeah, I would agree. It doesn't. It takes a lot of liberties, for sure. I do like how they implement some Silent Hill 2 aspects into the movie. I thought that was pretty neat.
Energy critical.
I'm so confused. Where the fuck do I go? I feel like I need to go this way, figure out how to turn this off, but I don't know. Yo, revenge is good. Agreed. I like rightful revenge. The Thing, which one? Are we talking about 82? Is that when it came out? Because that's the one that most people talk about. Or are we talking about the original? Or are we talking about the 2000-ish one? Yeah, there is.
Energy critical.
I've never seen the 82 one all the way through. I've only seen it on TV. And like, you know, watched like parts of it because I didn't get in there like when it first started, so I only like saw like maybe parts in the middle, and then I didn't want to see the ending because I didn't see the beginning, and I said, well, maybe I'll just watch the full thing later, and then now I realize I never did.
Energy critical.
Yo, where the fuck do I go? This is nonsense. I go this way? Yes, I am. YouTube user. Best movie of all time. I made a top 10 movie list for one of my Flicks Done Quicks. Granted, it was only top 10 Flicks Done Quick review movies that I've seen, but you can go watch that if you'd like. I thought it was a relatively good video.
There's that noise again. Sounds like this place could come down any minute. There's some kind of cable running through the entire cavern. It looks biological, but it seems to be coursing with electrical current. Looks like they've been gathering objects from outside.
Yo, minigun? Sign me the fuck up, yo. Let's do it. Any ammo? When will I do another food review? I have been dieting, Retor, in the YouTube chat, so that's why there haven't been many snack attacks in a while. I'm trying to lose weight. At the start of 2018, I was about 140 pounds, and by the end of 2018, I was about 215. So 2018 was not a good year for me. So I'm doing a diet. I'm about 185 right now, on my way back down. Trying to get to 170 as a minimum before I kind of taper off a bit. The problem is I don't know what a good weight range is for me, because now that I've been on hormones for quite a while, I'm not exactly certain what I need to look at, so I don't necessarily want to be super underweight or anything. So I think 170 would probably be a decent range for me, given my aesthetic and current size and stature.
Energy critical.
YouTube cringers are just, you know, they're just they're just there. YouTube comments are really just pure unmitigated cringe. Like, the fact that, like, human beings are capable
Of these machines. They're different than the others.
of such
What the hell
cringe,
is
you know?
going on here?
It really is definitely extraordinarily, like, upsetting, really. Yeah, that's the thing, like, I'm someone that will, like, unironically laugh at fart jokes, like, hysterically. So, like, how is someone like me, like, by an order of magnitude, significantly more mature than, like, every single fucking alt-right loser? Like, that shit's baffling, you know what I mean? Like, that shit's absurd. Like, I literally just laugh at words like penis, you know, like, that word is just funny and it makes me laugh, you know, like, and yet, like, these people are still, like, significantly more infantile than me, to the point where, like, if you were to even compare them, it's, like, not even a fair comparison. It's just a whole nother league of cringe.
Energy critical.
Doggy! Stop it. Doggy. Doggy, doggy. Ruff, ruff. I don't even think that's funny. I just think that's fun. VO is messaging me. Why do I out him like that? That's a good point. I don't know.
Energy critical.
Couldn't help myself but to perform a call out post. About an hour almost.
Energy critical.
Disagreed, Con? Now, if you want to say you can't share an opinion, like vehemently share an opinion, that is to say, like, if I were to make like a Twitter post over and over and over again, saying something, eventually someone's gonna like do that, but there are plenty of spaces on the internet as a whole where you can have political discourse. This just the problem is like, especially with Stream Me, like the Ralph retort and all the people here from that stream are just incapable of political discourse. Like they all have the IQ of children. I mean, you have to have the IQ of a child, of like, oh shit, of to watch that kind of shit. Like I don't know, it's just ridiculous. Although I love to say IQ of a child. IQ of a child is one of my favorite memes. I forget who I got that from. It's really good. Did I die? Am I dead? Holy shit, I just got instant death. Oh my fucking goodness. Yeah, you told me about that, Shawnee. It's really good. Like, yeah, cow farts, like, maybe that's funny. Like, I don't know. Cow farts not that funny, unless there's like a joke involved. But like, you know? Do you remember earlier in the game, Snow World, when there's that big mountain falling apart and we're like closely getting to there? I'm in the big mountain now. The big mountain is got an alien ship inside of it, essentially. So I'm inside of like the mountain, which is like, you know, part of this alien ship complex, but like there's also the caves around it and stuff. No? Oh? Oh. Oh, fuck. Yo, I gotta do playthroughs of the Destroy All Humans games. Those games are fucking so epic. It's pretty sensible to mock cow farts on a bill in front of Congress. Is it? Oh, hey, Vap. I mean, considering we just had a bill with 1488 signed into law, I mean, I don't think there's really any sort of kind of issue when it comes to language.
Energy critical.
The bill was 1.375 billion, which rounds up to 1.4. And then 55 miles, which converts to 88 kilometers. And the people in the meeting, when making the legislation, suggested using kilometers rather than miles. So it's not like it was written 55 from the get-go. It was the people in the meeting said, oh yeah, let's do 88 kilometers. So that was the bill the president signed along with the national emergency. So we have a bill that literally has 1488 in it, signed into law. Shut up, noob! Fucking hell.
I think these gateways are on a timer, like a sequence. Maybe I can slip through if I time it right.
Yeah? It's not like multiple branches of the government have been leaking fucking racist fucking Nazi dog whistles for like the past, you know, 3 or 4 years. Totally not like that at all. But yeah, continue to carry water for Howard Schultz and fucking Michael Bloomberg. I'm sure that's doing a lot of good water for you. Or a lot of good work for you. How's David Koch going? Your good friend? Do you hang out at brunch? How are those fat paychecks doing, bud? Collusion? I don't fucking care about collusion. I don't give a shit about Russia. Don't assume things about me. I hate Democrats more than you do, buddy. Antifa, anti-fascist. The only thing that can be assumed about me is that I don't like fascism. That's all the assumptions you can make. If you make any more assumptions, that's because you've been propagandized by dumbasses. Having a flag with Antifa stuff on it means that I'm against fascism. That's it. It doesn't mean that I fucking think Russia's colluding with Donald Trump. That has no bearing or relevance whatsoever to that. There is like maybe 0% of anti-fascists that give a fuck about Russia. Like, anti-fascists view the Democrats as fascists. Hillary Clinton is a fascist, like, basically. Like, to think that we're gonna be like in her camp is just fucking peak uneducated. Antifa uses fascism. What does that mean? Did you know that 100% of extremist violence in the United States was right-wing? 100%. So what is this, like, what is the statistic here? Where does Antifa use fascism? What does that mean? I think that's mistaken and silly. Now, Colin, if you're going to say certain targets aren't fascists and therefore shouldn't be attacked, that's one thing. But if you're talking about accidental stuff, then yeah, that's 100% like unacceptable. And the people doing that shit are like usually very green and very dumb. I need to read a book. I've read plenty of books. You thought I fucking think that fucking... You thought that my opinion on fucking Donald Trump and Russia was that, like, he's a Russian puppet? Like, you have no fucking bearing or relevance whatsoever in trying to, like, make an argument about fucking intelligence? Have you read The God Delusion? I have. Have you read The End of Faith by Sam Harris? Because I have. Have you read God Is Not Great by Christopher Hitchens? Because I have. In fact, let me read some for you right now. I'll read a book for you. The God Delusion. Let's see. Naturalist is an ambiguous word. For me, it conjures my childhood hero. See? We got some reading live right here. A bounty of $1 million was placed on the head of the Danish cartoonist by a Pakistani imam. Wow, that's incredible. The God hypothesis. Wow. Thomas Aquinas, my good friend. See, I read. I'm a reader. I read. Oh my god. This guy actually thinks I'm serious. This is epic as fuck. This guy actually, like, unironically thinks I'm being, like, 100% genuine, and I literally, like, the fucking intelligence of right-wingers is just, like, honestly, it's just incredible. Like, there's literally no boundary for how fucking dumb these people are. Like, every time I think I've met the stupidest motherfucker on planet Earth, another one just comes, like, the next day. Not even the next day, but, like, hours later sometimes. I'm backpedaling. Okay, did you really think I would whip out the God Delusion unironically? You think I'm going to whip out the God Delusion? I have it, like, in arm's reach. You think I'm doing that? I can't? I'm sorry. Snow, if you're still here, you can just get rid of this person. Stupidity overflow. I can't take it anymore. Oh, did he say no? I didn't even see that. No, absolutely false. Oh yeah, cool. All right, ADL. Let me get you a little interesting thing. Right-wing extremism linked to every 2018 extremist murder in the United States. There you go. There's a source. See, the thing about this is facts don't care about your feelings. You can pretend like this isn't true, but that doesn't matter. So if you want to read this and then come back tomorrow, feel free. But until you're educated and until you know what you're talking about, you're probably not going to have a good time here. We are way too smart for you. You're going to have to go back to like maybe preschool to get with people more along your mental stature. Twitter is ridiculous. Here's the thing, Shawnee, facts don't care about that guy's feelings. Like, that's the thing. Like, he can get triggered all he wants, but there is no safe space where this shit is fucking not real. I'm sorry. Far left use knives and bike locks. That's factually incorrect. I know plenty of anti-fascists that have lots of guns. It's ridiculous to think that we only use knives and bike locks. Is that a joke? That was a joke, right? Like, that was a joke. That has to be a joke. Imagine unironically thinking Antifa isn't fucking arming in severe ways. Like, bitch, we got fucking shitloads of shit going on. Fucking, oh, far left uses knives. Fucking Christ. Oh my god, Vep, stop, Vep. Oh my god. Yes, I saw one person do this one time. Thus, every anti-fascist does this. Those are very good things to generalize. Yes. Yes, we do. Reminder that 99% of anti-fascist like research and action is not like publicized for a reason. We do most of our ops like in secrecy. The only time we're publicizing shit is like at fucking fash rallies. That's literally it. Like Antifa doesn't just show up at fash rallies. Like we're active like all the time. At least not me personally. I'm not an active op agent. I'm not rich enough for that. I'm not a trust fund baby like some of the other anti-fascists I know. No offense. But yeah. I unfortunately don't have as much time these days. Yeah, that guy got banned. He'll be back tomorrow. I love how these statistics include black nationalists for left-wing terrorism. They try really hard to make it fair. Yeah, black nationalism is certainly not left-wing. He'll come back tomorrow. Scoobert, you don't have to worry. He'll come back tomorrow. Like, these people can't help themselves. It was no, absolutely false. Feelings don't care about your facts. I have no idea what you're talking about, Retor, in the YouTube chat, maybe? Daddy, no! 2 Black Power activists. Oh my god. 1972. 19! I love how the only thing on here, the only left-wing things on here from 1972. Oh my god. Oh my god. 1972. That's so epic. That's so epic. Jesus. I know, that's the thing, Scoobert. Like, that's, like, this is, like, that shit's, like, just ridiculous. And, like, even with a weighted fucking study like that, like, it's still, they still got 100% for, like, 2018 and stuff, you know? Like, and it's just, like, goddamn. Because here, newsflash, Islamist extremism is fucking far-right Islam. Newsflash. Compared to far-right, I don't know, Christianity. Or, you know, like, I don't know, far-right fucking in general. Like, it's just the same shit. It's just, it's still right-wing violence. It's just of a different culture.
Energy critical.
In its own class, sure, as like a micro distinction, like a subcategory,
Critical.
I would say. Like, you can say right-wing extremism is 100%, and then, like, say 75% of that was Christian extremism, 25% was Islamic extremism. Like, that's how I would put it. But to say it's not right-wing is just patently false. I mean, like, the American Christian right, at least, believes in Sharia law, but just the Christian version. So.
Energy critical.
One thing that was super scary about Trump's speech this morning, which, if you didn't see my live blog, I made a live blog, I recommend seeing it because the speech is historic. One thing that was super scary about Trump's shit was he said that the national emergency was going to be tied up in the 9th district. And then he was like, but as soon as it gets to the Supreme Court, it'll win. Because I always win. And it's like, isn't that fucking scary? That, like, no matter how much fucking leverage, like, all the other courts in the country put against him
Critical.
for this, the Supreme Court will just fucking, will just do it? You know, isn't that nuts? Because he just stacked the court. Like, it's absurd. Disagreed? Con, like I said, it's a subcategory. Yeah, exactly. Like, the way, like, if AIPAC has influence over the ADL, like, that only makes it so that, like, Black Power counts as left-wing or something, you know? Supremely corrupt, huh? You don't say. But radical right-wing extremist violence, it all comes down to hating other. So that's really the thing here. Like, radical Muslims, right? Like, they hate, like, the other. The radical Christians hate the other. The radical alt-right hate the other. It's all about hating the other. You know what I mean? Antifa does not hate the other. Antifa judges people on how they behave and not who they are. there's nothing conservative about wanting to kill minorities. Like, you can use flowery language all you want and make it look like it's an ice cream sundae, but like, conservatism does not lead to genocide and murder. Conservatism, to my understanding, and to the most conservatives who identify as conservatives, they want this to be their understanding, is that it's just like, I like to save money in my bank account, and I don't buy a latte every day. That's a conservative. A conservative is not someone who bankrupts the nation to give, like, money to corporations. That's not conservative. So, like, that kind of stuff, I wouldn't call that conservative. Like, what does social conservative even mean, though? Like, could you identify what social conservatism even means? Because the way I see it, I don't think it means anything. Because, like, conservatives, like, are inherently imperialist. Like, especially in the West, you know? So, like, I don't see how you can, like, and conservatives want to, like, you know, intervene and spread their culture everywhere. Like, I don't see how that's conservative. I don't have any fucking ammo. I mean, it's a simplified way, you know? I mean, that's conservative too, but I'm saying in like I don't see it as conservative if you force it on other people necessarily. I'm talking about nations, you know, like I could see like your own nation and your own group conserving those values, but conserving when like spreading it amongst other peoples, you know, I don't see how that's conserving. Then again, maybe I'm being too literal with the definition of conserve, which is probable. I think this is where I came from, right? Yeah. I don't know, I just don't like the word conservative because like people never use it correctly. Just a little lame. This level is extremely confusing, I agree. The thing is that like the world is fine. Like white people and fucking Christians and all that, like they don't have issues. They can do whatever they want. It's just that other people also can do whatever they want. So like if conservative means I don't want to see a gay person like every 7th time I go outside, then I don't see, like, I don't know. I don't like ideologies that base themselves on words and then like the ideology deviates from what the word means. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm so picky on conservative. Like, at least liberal's a bad label too. And I don't like liberals as it is. I think liberals are fucking evil. But like, at least liberal is a more apt kind of descriptor. You know? I just don't see conservative as an apt descriptor for like the actual ideology. Which is why I just harp on it so much. Something silly. if I'm going to dress conservatively, I would use the least amount of clothes as possible because I'm conserving resources. I would use that fabric for maybe making a bag to hold extra items. I don't know. There's much better uses. If you're being conservative. Now you're trolling. That's not ad hominem. Stop it. This poor guy. No, but I mean, I know what you mean. Like I said, I just don't think it's a good descriptor for the whole ideology. Like, I understand the roots of it. Right? Like, I don't agree with it being a full encompassing ideological description. Like, yeah, dressing conservatively would mean covering up. I agree. But, like, I don't see the inherent connection in conservative dress and, like, wanting to bomb a country, like, 7,000 miles away from you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see, like, where, like, how are those both conservative? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's my perspective. This level sucks. I want to at least beat this level before the stream's over. But, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Like, where the fuck am I? Yeah, the thing with the right wing is that they don't have a consistent worldview. Which is why, like, again, I'm harping on it so much. Because, like, I just don't, like, saying conservative it enables that, like, there is a conservative worldview. You know what I mean? Like, it gives the perspective as if, like, it's, oh yeah, like, that's a world, like, libertarian. Like, I don't consider libertarian a worldview either. Like, it's just, like, it doesn't make any sense, it's incomplete, and it's selfish, and, like, relies on inherently fundamentally opposing belief structures at the same time. You know what I mean? Whereas at least liberalism, I don't know, liberalism is getting to the point where I think it's like a disease too, especially with this Ilhan Omar shit. And especially with this Barbara Lee shit. Like, I feel like liberalism at this point is just getting to be like just Trumpism 2.0. If not already. Liberalism is pretty fucking bad. Liberalism is cancelled, yeah, agreed. Shit's garbage. All political ideologies have major flaw. I disagree. Political ideologies that rely on wanting a better world, like socialism or communism, that kind of stuff, anarchism, like, there's fundamental things that we understand about the way the world works, but the idea behind those, like, ideologies is that we want to change the way that the world works, because, like, especially psychology is a huge thing about it. Because you have to keep in mind, most right-wingers are just, like, don't mean to be rude, but they're just dumb. So, like, if instead of Fox News brainwashing them, like, what if, instead of Fox News, it was like, I don't know, just actual unbiased factual information with no spins? You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of shit that, like, I advocate for. Like, more awareness, more knowledge, because most of the stuff just seems to come down to propagandizing people when they're young and susceptible. Because, like, a lot of people that are right-wing because, like, oh, I vote Republican because my dad did, that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? They just never actually go out and look at, like, other opposing worldviews and just, like, are propagandized. Hence why they believe, like, fundamentally opposing viewpoints at the same time, because they just never think about them. They don't actually have, like, an overall cohesive worldview. It's just, like, they just think things. It's the same thing with, like, memorizing things for a test. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what do you say when person says socialist? I say Venezuela. Ding ding, correct. What do you say when cop shoots black people? I say justified. Ding ding, correct. What do you say when cop pulls you over for speeding? I say cop bad. Ding ding, correct. Like, that's basically right-wing ideology. It's just memorizing shit for a test. Whereas, like, left-wing ideology is more about, like, wanting to craft a better world for all of us. Wanting to, like, change the zeitgeist to be more friendly to everyone. At least that's my ideology, which I identify as an anarcho-communist. So, meaning I support a decentralized structure of governance and power that has everyone on an equal playing field and fair playing field. However, I don't think we can achieve that, like, tomorrow, and I don't advocate for achieving that tomorrow. I use a roadmap of, I think the most efficient way would be going through certain things like democratic socialism, social democracy, and going about it in a long-form fashion. Because, like, social democracy in the short term isn't necessarily, like, you can control social democracy in a way that's not inherently destructive to the planet, and we can kind of use that as, like, a middle ground while we slowly decentralize power and borders and all that kind of shit. But yeah, that's that. Like, I don't know. I just don't find that valid. And you can say maybe I'm biased because I'm a lefty, right? But I mean, like, it's just that, like, I mean, you can say that about anything. You know, like, oh, maybe the climate science, like, climate scientist is biased because they're a climate scientist. Well, it's just like, I don't know. Where the government doesn't tell you what to do. I mean, that's like, that's left wing. Like, the most left wing perspectives, like the furthest right or the furthest left you can get, rather, is like anarcho-communism, anarcho-singlism, like that kind of shit. Like, that's furthest left. Well, we don't want the government to restrict the ultra-rich. We want the government to have a system where people can't become ultra-rich. That's the thing. So, like I said, we obviously are in a world where we are, so it's a roadmap. So, like, we go from social democracy, right, where we just slowly strip away all their wealth over the course of a few decades, so that, like, in 100 years, there's no such thing as a billionaire.
Energy critical.
Like, it's just, it won't be possible to accrue $1 billion. So, like, if you conflate, like, money with success or whatever, like, you have to, like, you can't conflate money with success. You can't use money as, like, a leaderboard system. Like, holding on to $1 billion inherently requires an intense amount of human suffering. Where the fuck do I go? How's my talk, by the way? Does anyone have any questions? I feel like I've been rambling about political ideologies for a decent amount of time. Maybe I've said something still silly. Said something that needs expansion. Incomplete stuff. I don't know. How do I go this way? I wanna go this way. Should have saved it for the cast. Ah, shit. What is making normal liberal inherently bad? Liberals are the get mine philosophy. So, like, there's, like, people that already have theirs. You know, like the rich people, the conservatives. Like, I got mine. Y'all can fuck yourselves. The liberals are the get mine people. Like, I don't have mine yet, but I want it. And once I get it, then I'll be fine. That's a liberal. And then, like, anything further left is like, I want all of us to get ours. You know what I mean? So, like, for example, you see a lot, like, when I make tweets saying Kamala Harris is a bad person, and I disagree with Barbara Lee for endorsing her, I got fuckloads of people of color saying that, oh, how dare you say that, Kamala Harris is wonderful. And it's like, yeah, because, like, she's like first of all, like, that's untrue factually, but they want to see that, like, because it's like an idea. And I get it, I agree. Would I want to see a transgender president? I would love to see a transgender president. I would have loved to see a transgender governor in Vermont with Christine Hellquist. That would have been awesome. But, like, that doesn't mean that automatically by default I'm going to vote for anyone who's trans. Would I want to vote for Caitlyn Jenner for president? No, not at all, because she's an awful human being. So, like, when people vote for Kamala, oh, she's black, you know, like, it's just like they just want to feel like they're in charge, and they want to feel like they're better than everyone else, because, like, especially Trump has been making them feel so shit lately, and they just want to, like, do the get back thing. But the thing is, like, they don't understand that, like, there's so many other people out there that also want a chance at everything, and they just don't think about that. Like, liberals will never think about how trans people feel, like, if they have to go to the bathroom in public. Like, imagine being trans and, like, going to the bathroom in public is, like, potential death sentence. Like, if you're in the South and you're trans, right, going anywhere near a bathroom could be a potential death sentence. You know what I mean? So, like, in a world like that, I don't see how you can do this kind of stupid shit where you think, like, your rights mean more than everyone else. All of our rights are equivalents, and we need to fight back fascism as much as we can. So, like, liberals are just standing in the way of that shit, and it's annoying. For further reference, if anyone says, like, trans suicide memes, you can just get rid of them instantly. Because that's just, you know, bad faith. This person isn't serious, so. Kamala's a pandering fraud, agreed. Left-wing there are really no left-wing politicians. Like, there's, like, maybe a handful of left-wing politicians, like 10? At least nationally. There's, like, maybe 10 lefties. Obviously, in local politics, that stuff is all different. I can't say that I know, like, all fucking tens, if not hundreds of thousands of local politicians. If not millions. I don't know how many there are. But, like, I can't say I know all that. But nationally speaking, there's, like, 10 lefties. So you can't conflate, Democratic Party with leftism. Democratic Party is liberalism. Liberalism personified and exemplified. Now, lefties for the most part, are participating in the Democratic primary or party. You have some people, like we have 2 independent senators, that typically caucus with Democrats because they agree on a lot of stuff. But, like, that kind of stuff, you know, you have to understand. But Democratic Party and leftism are not the same thing, not even remotely. Like, the Democratic Party just shredded Ilhan Omar for doing nothing wrong. Like, those people aren't leftists. So, like, left-wing politicians are, like, almost non-existent. Like, the most left-wing politician I think we have right now is probably AOC. And even then, like, I'm still very salty with AOC. Like, AOC went from being, like, yes, Queen Slay, like, future Queen of Earth, to, like, I'm not so sure anymore. Shit's fucking embarrassing. And I get it. I understand what she's doing. It's just, it's embarrassing. We need fucking solidarity with our friends and with our comrades, and, like, throwing them out to dry in favor of some more political points when you have, like, the most followers on Twitter out of, like, any fucking person in Congress. Is just, like, you know, when you have, like, the most superstar social power like AOC does, it's just, like, it's ridiculous. American political parties are a disaster. Yo, can we talk about this? Never mind. I don't want to talk about this until the podcast. Reminder, Speed Dogs live tomorrow. Yeah, American politics is a game. Exactly. Wait, did I do that and I, like, pressed the button or something? What is that noise? Oh, that's just that. Yeah, I remember when I was talking to that fucking cringe lord memer the other day, And he was like, oh, I hate big pharma. They all pretend to be against corporations, but like, they're against corporations because it's, again, the get mine philosophy. I want to be rich. Those corporate Jews can't be rich. I want to be rich. You know what I mean? It's the get mine philosophy, which it's the same thing. Like, they're not anti-corporation because they dislike big money. They're anti-corporation because they want to be the corporation. Like, for example, like, my political philosophies are to prevent big money from ever happening, where
Energy
other
critical.
political, like, you know, the alt-right is, you know, again, we want all the money. Tulsi Gabbard is best girl, disagreed. Best girl is Elizabeth Warren, as far as Democratic candidates go, which is, I assume, what you're talking about. Because if we're opening up to non-democratic candidates right now, then Tulsi is. I'm sorry, she's, I don't know, probably not top 5, maybe top 10.
Energy critical.
Exactly. Is this gonna kill me? Help? Yeah. Yeah, Vep. Yep. Yep. 100 fucking percent. 100 fucking percent. 100 fucking percent.
Energy critical.
Does this open? I remember them opening before. But by the way, I'm taking a break at 4. I usually, if you're new here, I know Khan is new, and I'm not sure if Khan's gonna be coming back, but I take a break at 4, and then I'll be back at 6, and I'll be doing, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. I'm gonna learn the speed run, and probably do at least one run tonight. So, but yeah, so in about 15 minutes here, I'm gonna take a break, and I'll be back in about 2 hours. $12-hour challenge? I don't need 12 hours. I only need 6. It's the 6-hour challenge. Blue fog pods? I don't know. This?
Energy critical.
Is this what you're talking about? I have no fucking idea what I'm supposed to be doing. See, here's my thing. Also, just a reminder, in an alien spaceship, lost his shit for hours, and then just kind of dying because of some mechanism you don't understand. Good fucking way to put it. Oh yeah, I want to force everyone in my chat room to retweet something, just because I feel like it's important, and so I'm gonna ask everyone in here to retweet that if you have a Twitter account. And caps don't exist. Fundamentally inconclusive and inconsistent worldview. Thus, not possible. No context. I mean, you can read the context. Like, that's the point. You read it, and then you retweet it. That's the point. What do you mean, no context? What? Don't be silly, please. I don't personally think that this is good context for being silly, in my opinion. That is 100% untrue. I literally identify who I'm talking about in the second tweet. Just because you don't read doesn't mean that reality is different than what you're saying it is. Like, Jesus fucking Christ? Like, hello? Like, I'm genuinely, like, trying to, like, actually drive up support for someone who's, like, unironically severely depressed right now. And, like, you're here trying to be, like, an epic cringer? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, come on. I don't think it's appropriate at the moment. Because you didn't read. You, instead of reading, when I linked the tweet, instead of reading, you decided to immediately, like, yell at me. And then you skimmed through everything and only looked at pictures. Like, the second tweet says the subject. The second tweet. You didn't read the tweets, you just skimmed through and looked at the pictures. Come on, dog, I know what you did. Don't pretend like you didn't do that. That's like, I know how you read. Like, you read Scooby-Doo books and you don't read anything, you just look at the pictures of Scooby. It's okay. But, like, come on, dude. Don't double down. Woof woof, doggies can't read. Stop. Stop. Oh my god. Exposed. Holy shit, doggy destroyed. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes! Reminder, there's a law, if you don't know, there's a law in the United Kingdom that says there's like a ban on certain dogs, and if you have that dog, then, quote, the dog will be destroyed. That is on the books in UK law. If you have a banned dog, the dog will, quote, be destroyed. So hence, sending a banned dog to the UK means that the dog is going to be destroyed. Oh god, I remember when I first found that out. It's the most obnoxious fucking shit ever. Oh my god.
Energy critical.
Please apologize. I'm sorry, doggy. I'm sorry. I was a little mean, I'll admit. I shouldn't have made fun of your reading habits. Like, I know your reading habits, but I shouldn't have made fun of them. That was a little too far. Where the fuck do I go? I'm just gonna Google Crysis, where the fuck do I go, and see what comes up. Crysis, where the fuck do I go? I'm assuming, like, I'm gonna get a forum post of someone in the spaceship. I'm getting a bunch of Crysis 3 shit. God damn it. I forgot Crysis had sequels. Maybe if I do Crysis 1. The problem is that, like, no one writes Crysis 1. God damn. I hate when games have sequels like that, because then, like, no one's gonna write, oh, where am I in Crysis 1? When, like, Crysis 1 came out, you know what I mean? Because, you know, oh, well, this is the first Crysis. Yeah, I hate when there's sequels like that. It just makes me mad. Oh, I was proven incorrect. Give us a Scooby snack. Oh my god. Doggy, 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 doggy. Where the fuck do I go? Doggy, help me. That was someone who replied before I wrote the other tweets. Scoobert. Yeah, Crysis doesn't have the most well-made level design. It's way too open-ended, but it doesn't have to be, because it's a linear game, you know?
Energy critical.
Definitely bad flow, I would say. Are you sure I'm supposed to do something with these pods? Are you positive? Are you positive? I have a gun now. What orange thing? This orange thing? Is that doing something? Is that doing anything? It's squishing it, but... So you lied to me? Is that what this is, Dostina? Was I lied to? I feel like I was lied to. The game lied to all of us? Oh, here we go. It's not me, it's the game's fault. What are you? Me? Where the fuck do I go? Alright, I'm just gonna fucking Google it. Spaceship Crysis. I talked to Narcissa last night. I don't think she's suicidal. But I think she's just quitting the internet because it's the best thing for her, which I would probably agree with at this point. But I mean, I'm sure she's not, you know, happy about it, but I don't, at least, I don't know. Maybe I do just have to go this way. What's here? Oh. No, the only thing that could happen to Narcy that would, like, help her, I think, is for people to actually, like, stand with her in solidarity. But no one's gonna do that. Because, her content's just not cool anymore. Oh, I don't like her content. The problem with that is it's not that easy, Shawnee. It's not that easy. You can't just go outside. I mean, you can go outside, but, like, getting involved in local communities isn't that easy. Oh, what did you say? Oh yeah, 4chan used to hate Fox News. Yeah, concern trolling is mostly half-truths. That's the whole point of it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm so concerned for your well-being, etc., etc. Are you okay, etc., etc. Maybe you should do this, etc. When, like, no one actually needs to do that. Like, Narcy would have been fine. She didn't need to go outside, like, fucking 3 years ago. You know, like, that's not... You know, it's ridiculous. Concern trolling is just ridiculous. Pretending like you know more than literally fucking hundreds of years of scientific research is just... It's ridiculous. I agree, Dustina. I agree. And that video isn't even bad. It's just like, she did that for attention and it worked. But it's just like, everyone decided that she was an enemy because she's trans and thus they're gonna make fun of her. That was like, because like she's trans. Like, that's the only reason. If she weren't trans and made that video, like, people would have been like, oh yeah, this is epic, you know, I'll give you money, this is awesome. Like, if she would have made that video like 2 years prior, you know, what would, like, there would have been no problem, no issue whatsoever. But nah, she's trans, so automatically it's lol, mental illness, haha. Let's just bully this person until fucking something bad happens, because I'm a respectable member of society. Yeah, she's just fucking high and she's tripping and having a good time, you know what I mean? Like, who fucking cares? Narcissa's a pretty smart person as well. Like, I feel like one of the things that, like, the 4chaners and the Kiwi farmers do is, like, whenever someone has, like, any genuine compassion or any genuine passion, right? Like, for something like Narcy would have, like, passion for, like, a certain subject matter, and they just write about it a lot because she's, like, high or whatever, like, going through, like, a lot of, you know, thinking or whatever, and she wants to, like, talk about it because she's streaming at the time. And then everyone's like, oh, you're having a meltdown, lol, because she's just talking about, like, fucking the singularity or something. And it's like, when you actually read what she's saying, most of it's, like, pretty, like, you know, it's interesting stuff. Like, yeah, sure, some maybe wording might be off, maybe wording, like, maybe spelling might be not that good, because if you're trying to, like, write out a lot of shit when you're super kind of, like, conscious of something and you're, like, hyperactive and hyper thinking and just trying to get it all out there, like, yeah, you're gonna make typos, you're gonna, like, make a lot of mistakes, you know. But like the thing is, like, no one understands that. They just go like, oh, what's going on, what's going on, critical thinking skills, introspection, thinking about the situation I'm looking at, oh no, that's not something I can do. Like, come on, like, have they never been high before? Have they never thought about anything? Like, I can't tell you how many times when I'm thinking about stuff, I'll just write down little notes. Like, if I'm having, like, even when I'm streaming, sometimes I write notes down, like, oh, maybe I said something and I want to think about how to phrase that better in the future. I'll open up a notepad and say, like, you know, write down fucking economy, like, whatever, and then, like, later after the stream, I'll look up stuff about the economy. Like, that's all she's doing. But it's just like, oh, she's trans, so thus everything must have a tinge of mental illness, you know, like, it's ridiculous. It's just fucking unreal. I'm blowing my load early. I wanted to do this on the speed dogs. Anyway, I'll be doing this again on the speed dogs. Like, Um. Stop it, Vep. Don't own me. Don't own me. Don't fucking own me. Yeah, I did. I still do. Well, I don't necessarily write them like 10 times on a piece of paper, but you know, I'll use them in a way that I'll basically try to attach something to the word that I like to say, like a phrase or something. Anyway, I'm hungry. And it's break time for me. So I'll be back in about 2 hours with Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights for the PlayStation 2. So hopefully you enjoyed the Crysis.